San Francisco hippie-like, which is part of their culture, and still is.
Yeah.
But so that was absolute great experience, a hysterical experience. I think Bob Johnston was the producer, and he had done Bob Dylan, and he was very free and kind of rather unstructured. And when I got in there to do my parts, everybody be in the studio, the vocals going down, right? Everybody comes and shows up for the vocal. And I'd be doing the end, where I'm vamping and riffing and all that stuff and trying to, outdo myself. Right. And they're all in there just having a party, and I was enjoying myself, do it again. Yeah, sure, whatever. And they just kept that, we just do it over and over and over and over and over. Everybody was partying. I do believe Sly came to the studio one night, but I think I can't really remember, but we weren't supposed to talk to him. We were instructed, like, hey, you got to chill, you got to stand back. Anyway, right. So that was that album, and we did tour. We toured, as soon as we got done with the album, we just started a tour. I think it was a spring release, a fall, winter recording, spring release. And we went on tour. Oh, yeah. We did the sitting right here looking at me, A Star Is Born.
Oh,
we
yes.
did the Star Is Born concert. That was my first concert, and there were over 100,000 people at that thing. And we were the first band on the stage. And the promoter, what was it, Billy Graham? Is it Billy Graham? Am I getting the names right?
That sounds right in the 70s, yeah.
Oh, man, Bill Graham. He literally had his hand up looking at me, his eye on his watch, and he goes, 7:30, go. Boom, just like that, right on time. And that was very exciting to see him work and kind of get to speak to him a little bit. And then we did this promo thing with Barbra Streisand coming backstage, and our production company knew her, and this is how we got into those. That's how we got the tie-in. That's how we got the later
the song
off of the second LA Jets album, that song in that movie that she sang. That's how that happened, because production company knew her. Anyway, so we did this big old tour, and I don't think we played for monstrous crowds at that time, but they were big. They were big crowds. I mean, it wasn't like the second band, the 1994 band. We really played some, 20,000 people like every night. And so this was a little bit smaller maybe, but anyway, then we went on and they shipped us off to Bearsville. You're either on tour or you're in the studio. The money's got to go somewhere purposeful. So you can't just sit around,
When you're signed by the record company, they got you working, or you owe them a couple deals?
You owe them a little bit, yeah. So you're working. Of course, I don't know any of that stuff. I didn't really pay attention to any of that stuff. I was happy to get a per diem of, like $125 a week, and later I would blow all my money on which was like nothing. You're getting paid. Well, I wouldn't mind being paid $350 right now and a per diem. Yeah. So I ate on the per diem, which would be like $125 a week. I would eat on the per diem, and I would buy shoes with the money. I buy a pair of boots every week. Anyway, let's not talk about my foibles yet. Anyway, so we went in the studio, Woodstock, and we were at Bearsville. That was also a great experience. And we did a second album, but apparently money had kind of gotten spent not right, so which we had nothing to do with. Production company was in charge, but we sort of got called on the carpet. I think I talked to you about that. Anyway, and then John Destel and I, the drummer, and a couple band members went on and formed 1994, and we got, went in the studio and sang in Jack Douglas's face for an audition. And so when we did 1994, we got to tour with Aerosmith and Cheap Trick, and did all kinds of great stuff, recording with Jack at another record plant in New York City. Wonderful, wonderful experience. New York City became our home and remained my home for several years. And then we went out to L.A. after a big, summer tours, which there's tons and tons of fun stories.
And you were really young. We're talking 20s.
Well, I was 20 when we were signed to LA Jets. So now I was old. I was like 24, I think.
24?
22. No, I remember 22 years old that we were in New York City trying to get another deal. So that must have been about when 1994 got signed.
But 81, 82, I think, something like that.
No, wait. No, because that was Girls' Night Out in the 80s.
Oh.
So this was, I'll tell you exactly, 1977.
Wow, I love it.
We were in Caribou Ranch trying to come up with another album, second album, in 1977. So we had gone from 1975 to 76, being on tour. 1977, we were in Bearsville, Woodstock, and then the spring of must have been 77. I remember being in New York, kind of pounding the pavement and being pretty destitute, pretty desperate for really working hard to get a deal. And but I have a good manager, Christine Desautels. She's really a hustler, and it was pretty much John Desautels, her brother, and me and her, and we were just trying to, every day, that's what you do. That's just what you're doing. There's nothing else. There is nothing else but trying to get that thing.
You were soul trained. You were keep on trucking because you were talking about your boots. Keep on trucking, baby. Because I'm old, and I remember that time when you were talking about the fashion and Sly and the Stone and the colors in his room. I can see the bright colors. Everything back then was purple and orange and carpeting on the walls.
For the day glow lights, the black lights.
Black lights, and people got to understand your cars had carpeting shag on it, and in the car.
But it was 75, so it was a little bit later.
Yeah,
but it was on the edge of that. I mean, if I'd been 4 years older, I really would have enjoyed a lot more of the 70s, early 70s, but I was always the youngest then, and I'm the oldest now. I was the youngest in the crowd back then, the baby, and now I'm the old lady. Now I'm the oldest character in the room. No, just kidding. But, not quite. But, anyway, so, the rest is history. I don't know which one I know. So then we get signed, we go tour, we go we get dropped. It's just one rolling bit of thunder after another, just moving on. And I'm just going along for the ride. I realized that when I've done a couple of interviews, like, wow, I was really just, I pull on my shirt front when I say that, as if somebody's just like got me by the shirt front and they're just, I'm going this way, I'm going that way, I'm going this way. All the while trying to become a better writer. Yeah.
And living the dream and keep on trucking and all that from the 70s.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Hold on. Let's get to some tunes right now. We'll take a little break.
All right.
What
are you going to play?
We're going to play You Got a Way About You. Live. Of course, it's all live. Blue by Nature. Let's do it. You Got a Way About You. Here we go. Yeah. I love you, B.
Oh, yeah. Like nobody else. And I'll make me wanna hold you, keep you for myself. Yes, you got away. You're one of a kind. Yes, and I can't wait till my own mind. Yeah, baby, you got a way about you, the sexy kind. won't stand in your way, no, I'll get along alright. Yeah, so you can't jump the track, cheat and steal behind my back. I'll get along alright.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a park ranger, but the only quotes they'd probably give you would be about the beauty of a fallen leaf or ripples in a pond, not the kind that could save you money on your policies. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, who's an expert navigator of the insurance landscape. They could use their expertise to guide you on ways to save hundreds on your policies, while leaving it up to your park ranger to save the wilderness and any endangered picnic baskets. Go online to geico.com/local to find a Geico agent near you.